It's so funny that yesterday I mentioned that my favorite what's the thing fairy tale is. It's super early in the morning. My brain is still waking up. My favorite fairy tale is The Wizard of Oz. And then I thought about my all time favorite book is The Alchemist. Um, and there's two stories are very similar because of just how that literally someone leaves a home or their familiar space in search of something, and when they get there they realize that whatever they were looking for they already have. And it was like a further proof that this is like a theme in my life. I suspect that it is like one of my life missions. I've always credited love to being my soul mission on here on Earth. I'm still convinced that to I'm here for love. I'm here to become more fluent in love. I've been sent here, and I decided to come here to one, give love, to expand the capacity of love on this planet, and secondly, I find that this is the phase that I'm in now. It started about a year ago, where alongside being able to give love, it is for myself to be able to give myself permission to receive love, because I cannot expand the capacity for love if I'm not able to hold it. And surprisingly, that was one of the most, well, most, it's a bit of an overstatement, but maybe more challenging parts of the assignment, because I was so fluent in giving it away that I really didn't know how to receive it. That's a different story now, though. But we're still learning, and becoming more fluent, and I will forever be learning. I again, falling in love with the process, instead of being obsessed about the end goal. So to circle back to, I went off on a tangent. Uh, I've really found it so interesting and fascinating, the correlation between The Wizard of Oz and The Alchemist, where and they are. I promise you, I read The Alchemist at least once a year, because my um, spiritual awakening began when I picked that book up. I had just come back from India. India was the first destination I traveled to outside of South Africa. This is 20 years ago, and said I just lost my father, and something shifted in me. I was just um, in such a raw state, and around the same time I discovered meditation. So there were so many things that kind of that fell in place. It was just one foot in front of the other. Um, but the wisdom of the alchemist was exactly what I needed. It's exactly what I needed. And every single time, and one of the reasons why I keep going back to it is that every single time I read it as a different person. I get something new from it. The other day, I found myself randomly just thinking about Fatima. Like, I wonder what happened to Fatima. Um, it's interesting how the characters become part of our lives. The bravery that Santiago had, and all the struggles that he had to go through, all the lessons that he learned, meeting the alchemist, the lessons from the alchemist. And I try and um, mirror um, some of the lessons in real life. Um, most times when I'm centered enough and I'm moving in alignment, and I'm still I try and live very mindfully, um, but I mean, I miss the mark most of the time, like anyone who is on any a spiritual journey. Again, if you're not falling, you're not learning, and we're here to learn. So those moments of falling and noticing that you're falling, that's actually when I give myself credit. Like, oh, I fell and I noticed that I fell. So it means we are doing something. It's not, the idea is not to be perfect the whole time. What's that quote that Jane Fonda says? We're not meant to be perfect, we're meant to be whole. Um, that we wholeness is the goal, it's not perfection. So that's what's on my mind today. I'm wishing you an incredible day, and yeah, until we see each other again. Well, till you see me on the screen or we see each other in person. You get what you mean. You get what I mean. Ciao.